What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim Afanis, aka vypermajik, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new expansion that's coming out for Destiny, the House of Wolves. Now, as you guys know, they released a trailer today showing off a little teaser of what House of Wolves would be like, and other than a cinematic of the Queen and the discussion of the Reef, we don't know much else about the game. So, putting speculation aside, there are some leaks out there and that sort of thing. I want to focus on my top 5 things I want to see this expansion fix that the other expansion in the core game didn't really seem to address to my satisfaction. The first is I would love to see the story put back into the game and taken out of the Grimoire. Or if it needs to be replicated in the Grimoire, that's fine, but it needs to be in the story. I need to understand an explanation of the characters and their motives. I felt, and I've said this before, but I felt as the Traveler, the Vanguard group sitting in the tower, Xur, all the different factions and their various leaders weren't fully fleshed out in this game, and I don't know why. And instead of fixing those problems, they addressed a new character, and we got Eris Morn with the previous expansion, The Dark Below, and while she was interesting in some capacity, and her story, I guess, did wrap up if you completed the Crota run, why are we pushing out new characters and new stories? Let's fix the ones we have. So the Queen was in the core game, and her brother slash bodyguard, he was there too. But give me a good motive for these guys. I really want to understand their background and their history. So that to me is the first and foremost thing. I need to have a good story. Number 2, I want an easier party finding system. I have a PlayStation 4. I have to go on the Destiny app on my phone and sit there and go line by line and send out friend requests blindly to people, trying to see if I can get them to join my game, or I'll randomly just follow people around in the tower and try to party up with them. I use the general chat in the tower, but it doesn't matter. It is extremely cumbersome to find a team. Now, I understand the limitations of the system in terms of PlayStation, and Microsoft may be the same way. I don't know. But I understand that you can't just blindly invite someone to your game. They have to be a friend. The result is I have 40 or 50 friends that I've played with one time, and when I want to play, I basically go through my list and hit people, and if they're not available, it's back to the phone and start over again. I would love an easier party system built into the game, and I don't know how that is possible other than just randomly assigning team members for us, which is, I think, all we really want. I know that the development team at Destiny has always been very adamant about making sure that the raids are, this very special thing, and you can't just go into a raid with people you've never met. And while I do agree with that, I think it's up to the player to sort that out instead of just sitting there on the phone for a while. So I'd love to see an easier party finding system. Number 3, I would love to see newer and better modifiers to both legendaries and exotics. Now, exotics obviously are going to be very unique, like Thorn with poison damage that exists in no other weapon, or Suros Regime potentially gaining back health, or Galahorn with the lock-on rockets, that sort of thing. However, the legendary modifiers that you get, I would like to see new and better ones. Think of like what happened in Diablo 2. You had a lot of really cool modifiers, and Diablo 3 came out and a lot of them went away. Now, obviously, this is a totally different IP, and Destiny does have a few, but we need to see more. There needs to be other upgrades to our weapons. And there needs to be, and this is kind of 3A and 3B, there needs to be a way to select modifiers that I want. Now, that doesn't mean I just get to drag and drop and build my perfect weapon. But I would love to see some sort of reroll system on a specific statistic and say, hey, I have some certain materials, I like everything on this gun but this thing, I want it changed. I would love to see that, and I think that would make the game a lot more fun, and you would really feel as if you were taking ownership in your weapon even more than you do now, and I know that was one of Bungie's core values when the game came out. Number 4, I would love to see new areas entirely. I am so sick of going to the Cosmodrome, running all the way down to some little tiny door that opens up into this tiny little area. We're going to Venus, and like over here in the corner, there's this little secret tunnel you go down, and there's a brand new area. I know they said the Reef is going to come into play, and it sounds from what everything's been leaked, again, we don't know, that it's primarily going to be the Tower Point 2.0. That's going to be another social zone, but put another whole new area in there. I mean, if you want to have missions or maybe areas where you go back to the existing planets for a little while or something, I guess I could see that because there's a lot of hard work put into that asset. But I'll tell you what, you look at World of Warcraft, you look at other MMOs, how things are done. When you get a new expansion, you get a new area. You go to Pandaland, you go to Northrend, you go to Outlands. It's got to be fun and new. And I'm not seeing that from the expansion so far, the Dark Below, and I'm hoping that the House of Wolves will fix that and give us more new stuff to see. That's what it's about. It's got to be new content, new areas to explore, and new adventures to be had. And you could probably find some new crafting materials in there and throw that into the mix, and that would be great. Make it a blend of the old and new. That's what an expansion is. It's an enhancement on the existing game, not go back to the existing game and do very similar things again. Similarly, number 5, I need better mission structures in my missions. I love, and I've talked about this in previous videos, I love how great the strikes are. I love that you get to go around and you get to see all these cool new areas that you didn't get to see before. And you get to try out all these new mechanics that weren't in the game. Whether it be a shield or shooting music or shooting notes that emanate music, or, you know, all the, you know, half the team teleporting to another planet or another realm and mixing up at the end. That's the kind of stuff we need to see. So you've expanded on these great ideas that are new to the game, something that wasn't in there before. So let's not do the, hey, go escort Dinklebot and wait for 5 minutes, or run over here and, you know, kill some guy. Mix up the gameplay a little bit and make the missions more exciting. Because I'll tell you what, we're all going to grind the missions ad nauseum because the new NPCs are going to have better materials or better skills, like Eris Morn, and you needed the, I think it was called the Pulse Shard. The item you needed to unlock Murmur. The only way you could get it was from Eris Morn, and it was level 3. And you had to grind her missions in order to do that. So you have to give me the ability to go into the missions, and it's got to be something different. Now, after a while, could the argument be made that it's the same again? Yes, absolutely. If you're doing the same new thing 50 times, it's not so new anymore. But throw us a bone. I'm sick of the Dinklebot thing, and that's great, have them around, but let's try to mix up the story mode. Let's try to make the missions more fun. So anyway, that's my top 5. I'm curious to hear what your top 5 are, so please do me a favor and sound off in the comment box below and let me know what you guys think. What are some improvements you would like to see in the game? Because I think I think that the ship has obviously sailed on this new expansion, but based on the healthy discussion I've been having on the Bungie forums with a lot of you guys, I think that these guys are probably at least looking at what we're saying, and who knows, we might be able to influence the game in some capacity. And hey, if nothing else, it makes great discussion. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the next expansion and what things did I miss that you really need to see. Until next time, I and my white dog in the corner will see you guys on the other side.